Okay, so I think we all, at some point, have kind of daydreamed about, what it would be like to be a billionaire.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we're going to do a deep dive today into this article called Seven Do's and Don'ts for Becoming a Billionaire.
That's good.
And, we're going to try to figure out kind of how these financial giants got to where they are.
Yeah.
And, this isn't about, like, get-rich-quick schemes or anything.
Right.
This is about more about the mindsets and strategies that really separate them from everyone else.
Absolutely. And this article brings up this really interesting concept that most billionaires, they actually fall into like one of two categories.
Oh, okay.
Inventors or innovators.
Oh, so is that like the difference between someone who invents something totally new
Yes.
and someone who like takes an existing idea and improves on it?
Yeah, precisely. So think about James Dyson.
Okay.
So he didn't actually invent the vacuum cleaner, right?
Right.
But he saw a problem with it.
Okay.
It was clunky. Yeah.
It was inefficient, the
Wow.
design.
Yeah.
And he created a solution.
Yep.
It was so elegant. It kind of revolutionized the whole industry.
Interesting. So it's not always about being the first one there.
Right.
It's about being the best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you have innovators like Ingvar Kamprad
Okay.
from IKEA.
Yeah.
So he didn't invent furniture,
Right.
but he really revolutionized the way we buy it and how we experience it.
Okay.
So flat pack design, affordable prices,
Yeah.
the whole showroom concept.
Yeah.
He tapped into an unmet need and created a completely new approach.
So it's kind of interesting because both Dyson and Kamprad, like, they were both incredibly successful.
Yeah.
But by like really focusing on the user experience.
Exactly.
Like they made things better and more accessible for like the average person.
That's a key insight. It's about recognizing a genuine need in the market.
Okay. And then crafting a solution that addresses it so effectively that it becomes the preferred choice.
Got it. Now, the article also talks about investing in entrepreneurship as like paths to becoming a billionaire. Are those totally separate categories or do they overlap like with invention and innovation?
I think there's definitely a lot of overlap.
Okay.
Take investing, for example. Someone like Warren Buffett. He isn't necessarily like creating the next big thing.
Right.
But he has an uncanny ability to spot potential in other people's ideas and invest in them very strategically for the long term.
For the long-term gains.
Yeah.
So it's almost like he's betting on the innovators.
Yes.
The disruptors, the ones that are changing the game.
Yeah.
And then you have the entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Who can be like both inventors and innovators themselves. Or they might just take someone else's good idea.
Yeah.
And scale it to like unimaginable heights.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Bill Gates and Microsoft or Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, but are there different kinds of entrepreneurs?
Yeah.
Because someone like Elon Musk, who's like constantly pushing boundaries with like Tesla and SpaceX, he seems pretty different from Zuckerberg, who took an existing social media concept and just built it into this global phenomenon.
Yeah, you've hit on a crucial point.
Okay.
There's no like single entrepreneur personality.
Okay.
Some like Musk, they're driven by this relentless pursuit of innovation, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Yeah.
Others, like Zuckerberg, they're masters of execution.
Okay.
Taking, an existing concept and scaling it with like incredible efficiency.
Yeah.
But they all share this keen sense of opportunity and the drive to build something impactful.
This is like really shifting my whole perspective on what it takes to become a billionaire.
Yeah.
It's not just about like having a brilliant idea.
Right.
It's about recognizing potential.
Yeah.
Taking calculated risks.
Yeah.
And having the tenacity to see your vision through.
Right. And that kind of brings us to the don'ts that are outlined in the article.
Okay.
They might seem a little counterintuitive.
Okay.
But they really speak volumes about the kind of mindset that's required for this level of success.
Okay, let's dive into that.
Yeah.
So the first one is don't think you know it all. Okay? Seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But why is that such a critical point for someone aiming for billionaire status?
Well, because the moment you believe you have all the answers, you stop asking questions.
Oh.
And for innovators and inventors, that's a death knell.
Okay.
Continuous learning, being open to new ideas, and constantly adapting. Those are essential for staying ahead of the curve.
So even someone like Bill Gates, who's achieved incredible success,
Yeah.
he's still learning.
Absolutely.
He's still evolving.
Yeah.
Billionaires are often the most voracious learners.
Right.
They understand that knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And in today's rapidly changing world,
Yeah.
yesterday's knowledge can quickly become, obsolete.
Very true.
It's interesting because that kind of ties into the next don't make flashy investments. Is this about avoiding getting caught up in like the hype?
Yeah.
And instead focusing on long-term value.
Exactly. It's easy to get swept up
Yeah.
in all the excitement of like the next big thing.
Right.
But billionaires like Warren Buffett, they understand the importance of making strategic decisions that are going to yield sustainable results.
Yeah.
Over time.
Over time.
They avoid chasing trends,
Yeah.
and they focus on investments that align with their long-term vision.
So it's not about chasing quick wins.
Right.
It's about building something that will last.
Right. And that brings us to the final don't quit too soon.
Okay.
This one's particularly relevant for our listeners who are just starting their entrepreneurial journeys.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, building something from the ground up is hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Really hard.
It's easy to look at the success stories and think it happened overnight.
Yeah.
But the reality is there were probably countless challenges and setbacks along the way.
Exactly.
So what sets them apart?
Yeah.
What allows them to push through those challenges and ultimately achieve such incredible success?
That's a great question, and it's something we'll explore further as we delve a little deeper
into the mindset and strategies that make these individuals so extraordinary.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to think about all these don'ts.
Yeah.
Like not thinking you know it all and avoiding those flashy investments.
Right.
And persevering through the challenges.
Yeah.
It seems like it's all about cultivating the right mindset for long-term success.
Yes, definitely.
It suggests that being a billionaire is less about, luck and more about developing the right habits and attitudes.
Precisely. These don'ts, they all point to an underlying theme.
Okay.
Billionaires are characterized by a specific kind of work ethic.
Oh. Yeah.
It's not just about working hard, but it's about working smart, learning constantly, and adapting to the ever-changing landscape of business and technology.
So it's this adaptability that allows them to thrive in a world where things are just changing so rapidly.
Exactly. Think about the pace of technological advancement today.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I know. The skills that were so valuable like 5 years ago might be totally obsolete now.
Yeah.
Billionaires seem to have this almost preternatural ability to anticipate those trends, to spot the next big thing before it's mainstream.
It's like they have like a sixth sense for what's coming next.
Yeah.
But is that something you can like learn, or are some people just like born with that entrepreneurial instinct?
That's a really fascinating question.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of both, honestly.
Okay.
Like nature and nurture.
Okay.
Some people are just naturally more inclined towards risk-taking and innovation.
Mm-hmm.
But those skills can also be cultivated, through experience, mentorship, and a willingness to just kind of step outside your comfort zone.
So it's not about being like fearless, but about being comfortable with uncertainty.
And willing to embrace, calculated risks.
Exactly. And a crucial part of that is learning to view those setbacks.
Yeah.
Not as failures, but as opportunities for growth.
Okay.
Billionaires aren't immune to making mistakes.
Right.
But they have this remarkable ability to learn from them, adapt their approach, and then emerge, even stronger.
This is really making me rethink my whole definition of success. It's not just about reaching the top,
right?
But it's about the journey, the lessons learned,
Yeah.
the resilience developed along the way.
Absolutely.
But what about the broader impact of billionaires? Like, there's a lot of debate about, their role in society, especially, as wealth kind of continues to concentrate at the top.
That's a really critical point to consider.
Yeah.
As billionaires amass, enormous wealth
Yeah.
and influence, it raises all these important questions about social responsibility,
Yeah.
ethical considerations, and the potential impact on inequality.
So it's not just about how they make their money,
Right.
but how they use it.
Precisely.
Okay.
There's a wide spectrum of approaches to wealth and philanthropy.
Okay.
Some billionaires focus on charitable giving,
Mm.
while others invest in, social causes, or they advocate for policy changes to address these systemic issues.
Okay.
The choices that they make have this ripple effect throughout society.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation.
Yeah.
It's not only expanded my understanding of the paths to becoming a billionaire,
Yeah.
but it's also kind of ignited a spark of motivation.
Okay.
To identify the problems I'm most passionate about solving.
Yeah.
And to embrace the principles that we've discussed as I kind of embark on my own journey.
And it's important to remember that these principles we've discussed, the curiosity, the adaptability, the perseverance, and the commitment to solving problems, they're valuable in any field, not just in the pursuit of billions.
So whether our listeners are aspiring entrepreneurs or seasoned investors, or simply individuals just looking to navigate an increasingly complex world, these insights offer valuable tools for achieving success and making a meaningful impact.
Absolutely. It's about cultivating that right mindset, embracing lifelong learning, and recognizing that potential for positive change that exists, within each of us.
It really strikes me that a lot of these billionaire traits that we've been talking about, like the curiosity, the adaptability, that relentless drive to solve problems, they aren't like exclusive to the business world.
Right.
These are like valuable qualities for anyone.
That's so true. And that's what makes this whole exploration of the billionaire blueprint so fascinating, right? It's not just about like accumulating wealth. It's about understanding these like fundamental principles of success and how they can be applied across different areas of life.
It's like we've unlocked like a secret code.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like to becoming a billionaire,
right?
But to achieving your full potential, whatever that looks like for you.
Exactly. And that brings us back to you, dear listener.
Yeah.
What problem are you passionate about solving?
Yeah.
Maybe your goal isn't, to become a billionaire.
Right.
But the principles we've talked about, that relentless pursuit of knowledge, the willingness to embrace calculated risks, the ability to adapt and learn from setbacks. These are like the building blocks of any successful endeavor.
It's inspiring to think that, anyone, regardless of their background, their current circumstances,
has the potential to make a real impact on the world.
Yeah, the world is full of problems just waiting to be solved.
Yeah.
Opportunities waiting to be seized.
Yeah.
It all starts with, identifying what truly motivates you, what problem you're burning to solve, and then having the courage to take that first step, even if it feels daunting.
I love that it's not about having all the answers like right away,
right?
But it's about having that curiosity to seek them out, the resilience to keep going when things get tough, and that belief that even seemingly impossible dreams can become reality.
And that's the beauty of exploration and continuous learning, isn't it?
Yeah.
You never know where it might lead you. Maybe your journey to solving that problem will lead you down some unexpected path to incredible success.
Yeah.
Or maybe you'll simply enrich your life and the lives of those around you.
Either way, the pursuit itself is worthwhile.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful.
Yeah, it's been great.
It's not only expanded my understanding of the paths to becoming a billionaire, but it's also like ignited a spark of motivation, like I said, to identify the problems I'm most passionate about solving, and to embrace the principles we've discussed as I kind of embark on my own journey.
And That's what we hope you take away from this conversation. A renewed sense of possibility, a thirst for knowledge, and the confidence to pursue your own definition of success.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be.
Well, thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive.
Of course. It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep those brains buzzing and those ambitions soaring.